Yo, how we doing? Today was honestly, well, actually, the first 30 minutes of market open was right here, 9:30 open to 10. This was the worst price action I have seen in a very long time. That isn't a Monday. That was the first 30 minutes, right? So looking at that, it makes the rest of the day a little bit scarier to try and navigate. But I think price delivered very, very clean, and I'll go over the trades I took. But first, my pre-market plan was this right here, prediction. I wanted to see the low resistance liquidity on I think this is the 30-minute. We'll pull up the 30-minute chart. I wanted to see the low resistance liquidity run, and that has played out very nicely. 1, 2, 3, 4 lows got taken, and I wanted to see a continuation to here, which we might get. But the main idea was just that these lows were getting taken after we had an SMT at this high going out of yesterday. So that was the clear game plan going into the morning. So I just wanted to pull that up. So what did I do for my trades? I ended up on the day $99, so $100. Risking less than 200 today. Reason for that, just wasn't super high conviction with most of the trades I took. The first setup I ended up taking was this inversion right here. Reason for it, we swept out yesterday's low, right? We left the equal lows here that we ended up taking later, but we swept that low, and it was just a good long setup, just inverse fair value gap here. I went to break even on this trade at the 5-minute fair value gap, just because my overall bias, again, I guess I showed you guys my prediction was to go lower. So this could have very easily been a 5-minute rejection to go lower and send price lower. So I went break even here, scale 1 micro out of 3. I was only risking around 100 something on the first trade. I'll pull that up anyways here, and we can take a look. And I'll show you guys, kind of walk you guys through what I did. So we got in, like I said, we got in on the close, slightly above, I guess. We were only risking around $106, which is fine. Obviously, I'd want to preferably risk closer to 200 so that if I do get a good winner, we kind of make more. But right there, we took profits, went to break even. We took profits at this this high, and we just kind of let our trade play, right? It instantly moved down. I then moved my stop underneath this order block once it got confirmed, and just kind of let the thing play around, and it just kind of dance around a little bit, and then ends up unfortunately stopping out for break even. And unfortunately, because it did end up putting an SMT with ES, holding this fair value gap, and then ends up displacing higher, inversion right here slightly, but nothing I really cared to re-enter off right away. Let price start developing. My main target for that trade, the reason I took it, is these equal highs here off open. I just don't think that we were going to leave them. If we got a good setup, I thought that would be good to get in. Was quick break even. Again, I don't normally love just going to break even, but whenever we have a day where it's my actual bias is still playing out and it's the opposite direction, if I get a trade, I'm going to be a lot more aggressive, so I don't hate that. Then we get this momentum up. The first fair value gap was right here, and this actually came at 10 o'clock, so that's kind of crazy that was the first fair value gap of the day, unless I'm missing something in this, but I wouldn't even count anything here anyways. So with this momentum, I did expect us to take out these highs, so I got in on the inversion right here. I got in on the inversion right there. I put my stop underneath this low. I was risking, again, less than 200 because I was 3 micros. And this is where I definitely didn't perform as well as I could have. Happy that I held the trade through some of the drawdown, but I don't like where I took my profits, even though it technically helped me out because we wouldn't have ran full take profits. But we get in right when the inversion closes. We're risking 130, which is great because we have an order block and the inversion. I just expected this to be quick, if I'm being honest. I thought we would go take out high of day and then go lower. And this was my second trade, so I knew this would be my last trade for the day. I kind of just danced around my stop loss a little bit, leave it lower. I didn't really quite know how I wanted to close the trade, because it was dancing here. I didn't know if I wanted to close it if it broke back below. I was kind of caught between two minds, so I just kind of let my stop rest around 150 in risk, so risking about 140, 150. let the trade play out. When it started moving, I wanted to put my stop under this low because we shouldn't revisit this area ideally. But we didn't get a real good close for a little bit, so I kind of just kept hovering it. Now I'm just holding it, waiting. And then on this candle, I end up moving my stop to here because we spent enough time rebalancing in this area that this trade has to be quick anyways because we're entering so high up. And I want to see this clear target get taken pretty quick. So that's my first take profit. I end up taking a profit just really early, like right here. I end up dragging this one down. This is my first mistake because it's just, I'm losing out on profit there. The reason why I did that is just purely out of just holding through this, it being slow. I'm happy that I held through this slow price action here, but that take profit's just really just scared money. And then I don't even know. Yeah, we get the second one because we put in a limit order, and we let it trade above. And then when it trades above, we end up chasing it up, right? Putting our stop there and get stopped out at the equal highs so that we get take profit at the equal highs. So if I would have just taken 2 off there instead of taking 1 off here, we would have made an extra like $20, which isn't the end of the world. But then we're like, okay, let's see where this thing goes out to, and then it stops me at break even here. And this candle actually is a really aggressive candle down. So those are my trades. After those trades took place, I then locked my account because I had taken 2 trades. Don't want to overtrade. Also just thought it was weird that we left this high here on both ES and NQ. Wasn't a big fan of that. Was a little bit skeptical. But a nice momentum here through this fair value gap. I know that Dodgy took this because I look at his I'm in his free section of his Discord. I kind of glance in there every once in a while to see what he's taken. Since I trade inversions, it helps out. But I don't love this. I don't think it's bad, but I just don't love this because we just don't take this high. I'm not wanting to take a short at this point before we take the high. So we end up inversing there. This end up being a really good trade because we did have the equal lows. The equal lows I'm referencing are these lows over here, and we actually put in another equal low here during the day. So really high conviction to that low. I was bearish like I showed you guys in my prediction. The better entry, I think, for this short would have been either this inversion right here, because we actually get the displacement. We get a little rebalance, a little move back up, and then we get an inversion again. Or even better, we have a inversion order block here, right? We have an order block that gets put in here, and we have so the order block. We close below consequent encroachment of this fair value gap, this nice big obvious fair value gap. We have an inversion here, the context of this inversion. We have a 1 minute fair value gap that we end up trading into right here, as you can see. We trade into the 1 minute fair value gap, and then we make an order block. We inverse this big candle. So I think the better entry would have been this inversion here, getting on this close, maybe the order block tap. And then let's see what that would have given us. That would have given closer to a, let me get this off. If you got in on the order block or the fill there, that would have given you about a 42-point trade. You would have had about a, say, 20-point stop loss, maybe even have it here. So just really, really good risk to reward. You could even have held to this low. It would have got there quickly, 60 points at that point. And then if you leave runners, left runners to here, I'm not sure if you would have been able to, but whatever, 100 points. That, in my opinion, is the best trade of the day because, one, it fits with the narrative. We have the liquidity sweep, even though I would have ideally liked this. It's not super early. It has confirmation. We get a move down. We get a rebalance, so price shouldn't hopefully come back up here. It doesn't need to. When you get this move down, you don't want to enter, right? If this thing just runs straight through and we inverse this gap right here on this leg, I'd be a lot more skeptical because we haven't had a rebalance. After this rebalance and it gets inversed with the fair value gap, with an order block, this is, in my opinion, the best entry for the day. Take shorts, quickest move. This is at 11.12, and that would have been the trade of the day just because of narrative and time and just visually it lined up perfectly. And then I guess this is another reentry to shorts if you wanted to continue lower right here because we have equal highs right here that gets taken out of the market. 5 minute fair value gap, boom, equal highs, inverse, boom, shoot lower, take profit. So that would have been solid, but Unfortunately, I had already taken my trades and locked my account, which is cool. But again, it's just another small day. And if we look at the progress bar, right, it's just another small day, right? We're just having small weeks, right? 43 here. Like, what happens on this 43 day? We have just small wins, right? What happens on this $50 day? Small wins, right? What happens on this $400 day? Great trade, right? This $200 day, we just had a bunch of small take profits on a really good trade. I should have been better at taking profits on this day, right? So we need to start getting 200 on our winning days a lot more often. Right? This trade here, or this day, we just took profits weirdly, got stopped at break even. I don't hate today making 100 just because I did get stopped at break even justifiably on both my trades. What happened Monday? We took a loss and then a win. Again, we missed out on a big day Monday. So a lot of things I can polish up, but I'm not upset with myself. I'm not disappointed. I'm not frustrated. I'm just gonna use it to learn and get better because there's always gonna be improvement. And I just want to look at it as a positive rather than a negative because it is a positive, right? I'm getting better at trading. I'm feeling more confident in the charts. I'm feeling like I'm reading price really, really well recently. But I just think my executions have been a little bit behind my thought process and just a little bit of emotions in there, a little bit of FOMO. And I just need to iron out a little bit of the mistakes and we'll just keep cruising and keep improving, right? It's all about making improvements. The count's sitting at 500, so, what's that, 1/6 of the way there? That's nothing. But it is nice to keep it going in a nice direction after, realistically, after we had that really, really crazy bad day here, we've been kind of slowly chipping our way back, right? We had -1,000. We had a nice little comeback on it. Lost all that. We came back. Boom, good trade. Kind of stacked some winners, right? Stacked $200 here, 200. Or 100, 300 plus 400. That's 700. Plus this, we pretty much made back the grand that we lost, and then this Monday where we just lost twice, right? That kind of is the only thing we're down, right? So we kind of we've recovered in a sense this terrible day, and we're just chipping away at this now. We're trying to work on this loss here, and then once we can take off all these losses here, and we're green in the month, I'll be very happy with battling back this month, not just giving up on the account and really trying to dig myself out of the drawdown again. I would love to be hitting more trades like this, but they're on the way. They're out there. You have to keep looking for good trades, keep executing when I see the trades, keep being more confident, and hold my trades whenever I get them, right? And I'll be there, right? Today didn't happen, but if I was playing the shorts and I got in here, right? Again, it's what if, but if I did get in on this play here, we would have made good money. We would have maybe gotten 3-4 micros. Let's just say we got them at 4, right? Boom, we take off 3 here, that's 36, or so 40 times 3, that's 120 times 2, that's 240, and if we hold our runner, who knows where our runner would go to, right? Maybe we hold our runner to this low and we just get it off for 60, so another 120. That's $400 day, and that's another great day in the book. So the good days are there. They're right around the corner. They're just, a few decisions, a few good trades, a few good holds away. And as long as we keep minimizing mistakes, right? I don't think I made many mistakes today in terms of executions. I made some the one thing I'd say is I was going against my actual bias. But again, when you're down here and this move up, right? Taking a trade here isn't the end of the world because even though, yes, it's against my bias, there's still context and reason for it. This trade here, I could do without, especially with price action today. I just think that these highs were super, super obvious to me. But the risk to reward, the risk isn't bad. It is probably close to a 1-to-1 if I took everything off here. But just in terms of the actual overall, I wasn't bullish overall, so I didn't really expect us to come up here. This was really the furthest I expected us to go, maybe just tap this 5-minute fair value gap, this blue box. So that is where I do think I want to look to do better, and then maybe I would have been able to play shorts if I hadn't taken that trade because I would have seen something in here that I would have liked. But again, who knows if I would have played the shorts if I would have had the confidence. But if I had the confidence to take the longs here, I would hope that I would have the confidence to take shorts that follows my bias. But I stuck to my rules, closed my account after 2 trades, right? It would be frustrating to try and keep trading and then end up blowing it up after that. So, but just objectively, right? Objectively, I don't think that I could have taken a loss today if I just traded well, right? If I took this one, it's not going to lose. If I took this inversion, it doesn't lose. If I took this inversion, it doesn't lose. So it's really nice to see today that I really couldn't lose. Like somehow if I even took this trash one, I wouldn't lose. Even this inversion right here, I mean, like I'd probably be a break even when it fails to take this high. This one right here, this inversion, this is really nice actually. I wouldn't lose. So it kind of just shows you that if you wait for high quality setups, you just can't really lose. And I think that's why I get so scared a lot of times, because I feel like I'm more likely to lose than I actually am. And it's not saying that I have a 100% win rate by any means, or that I'm just have a really ridiculously high win rate by any means. But what I am saying is that when the setup's good, when the setup's pure, there's a reason why it looks good to my eyes, because I have a lot of experience seeing things play out, right? When we go into the 5 minute here, look at this trade, a 5 minute fair value gap. We come up, we turtle soup the high, equal highs. Boom, immediately inverse. Immediately, we get an inverse fair value gap. And you get crazy good risk on it too. You get in on the break, boom, you get on the break. What do you got risk? If you risk the high, 25 points, that's 4 micros you can risk, right? 4 micros, you take it all off at this low, $36 or 36 points. Calculator, let's just do the math because I'm so bad at this, so I have to pull this up every time. 36 points, let's say you take them all off at that low. You take out times 8, that's $280, boom. So if you took off 3 there and then you took off 1 here, right? What do we say, 36? 36 times 8 equals... Okay, so 36 times $6 plus, then if we held the runner, 60 points, so plus 120. 120, boom. That's a $336 day, and you're risking 200, right? And if, let's just say you held all of them to this low, right? 60 points. 60 times 8. So it should be like 4 or something. 480. Boom, right? A lot of possibilities by just taking good setups and just risking appropriately, right? We could have even maybe gotten on 5 micros at $600. Who knows, right? And maybe you could even leave runners even further. But my point being is, it is frustrating that I don't trust myself to just keep trading after 2 trades, because there's more setups after that, and I locked myself out. But there is nothing wrong with being more cautious and just kind of limiting myself, because like I've learned before, I'm way more prone to mistakes after 2 trades, after 1 trade even. So why give myself a rope to hang myself with, in other words? And, you know, I don't ever hate being more cautious. Again, eventually with time, I won't have to be super strict with rules, because eventually, you know, I'll be able to trust that I'm only taking good setups. I'll only be taking, you know, I'll only be holding my setups. I won't be revenge trading. Once I can build that confidence with myself and that discipline that I know, okay, I'm taking good setups, I'm not revenge trading, I'm not like fearful when I'm in the trade, I hold my trades well, then it opens up a lot of possibilities. You know, I'll be able to size up, I'll be able to trade more accounts, I'll be able to pass accounts quicker. So I'm just putting in the framework, I'm just putting up in the reps to be able to get to the point where I know I can trade, which is, you know, with a lot more confidence, a lot more conviction. And that's what I'm doing. I'm just showing up every day, watching the market, learning how to view price action, and just getting better every single day. So I don't need to be making money today, tomorrow, the next day. I just need to be showing up, getting better, following my rules, showing myself that I can be disciplined, and continuing the process. Because every single day I wake up more excited to come on and learn and get better and see what I can do. And yeah, I mean, also last takeaway I think is just to be more confident in my bias, which was shorts. And even though I did get the long opportunities that were all right, I think if I just waited for my conviction, which was going lower, I would just had a better day. But that maybe is just a little bit of impulsivity, a little bit of wanting to just get in and get my hands dirty and try and make some money. So I do have to reflect on that and figure out, or not figure out why. I do know why. Like that's what I said, is just because I wanted to get involved, right? So I was just ready to take opportunities. Maybe if I stay more disciplined to my bias, then I would have had a better day. But again, cannot complain. Overall, a good day. Unfortunately, I think I'm starting to get sick, which is just so stupid. But hopefully not. But yeah, that's my review for the day. I don't think I would be looking for anything the rest of the day, because if we don't we're probably just going to keep selling off to this low. I don't think that you should really trade to that low per se. Maybe you could scalp to it, but I'm not looking for anything in particular. And I just wouldn't play longs at this point. But very, very good day realistically. After the bad price action open, we get some movement in the market. The one complaint of the whole day was just not taking the 930 high. It just kind of bugged me out. But then this move here, displacement, failure to even reach into this fair value gap, made an order block on the 5-minute, retraced to the order block. I mean, price action was so pure today for such a trash open. So yeah, unfortunate, but we continue on. And update outside of trading, man. If anyone watched that Real Madrid game, wow, what a game! That's probably the greatest game I've ever watched Madrid play before Christmas. So in a season, like not the knockout stages, stuff like that. Like before Christmas, that's the greatest game I've ever watched. The greatest group stage game I've ever watched. It was unbelievable. Vinicius hat trick. I hope he wins the Ballon d'Or. I'll be super disappointed with that award if he doesn't win, because he is the best player in the world by far. That game was an absolute gem to watch, and it cashed a parlay for me, so I made a little bit of money, which is cool. And we'll be able to cash. We paid for our funded account this month for free through Fliff, which is sick. Again, I'm not sponsored. I wish, honestly, I should try and work and get Fliff to sponsor me, but yeah, that was so sick. And then the LeBron free bet obviously hit. He made a point, so I made another $10 on that. So very, very cool day yesterday. Had a lot of fun watching those games, and we got some nice Champions League games today. Might have to get in on some action. But that was just a little side note because that game was just too good to not mention. But I hope you guys did well today. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I think I gave a good review on the market today, on price action, kind of my bias, and just kind of reflected on my own stuff and my trades and what I could have done better. We'll finish my journal with all this stuff later, annotations and whatnot. Obviously, you guys don't need to see me do that, but yeah, overall good day. Again, it's these slow days. It's kind of like what I talked about yesterday, just slow days. It's going to build and build and build, and it's just stacking habits. I care about the results today, and I'll lose forever. If I care about the habits, then in the future I'll see real results. So I will see you guys in the future tomorrow. I'll see you guys whenever. Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully we get a good opportunity tomorrow. I think we have news. I just low-key want to check that real quick. We have some red folder pre-market, or right at open, so unemployment claims. Okay, so we actually do have some red folder. I don't think that's going to do anything crazy, but Thursday might be the best day of the week in terms of price action, so we'll definitely be looking to take advantage of the opportunities tomorrow. And yeah, slow week so far, frustrating, but what can we do about it besides learn and get better? So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hope you guys just get outside, do something fun. Peace.